Francesco for the Minister of Immigration. You know, yeah, I was just at the immigration hearings. You know, it's so nice to come home. So, because I feel so isolated, it's so nice to hear and so encouraging to look out and see friends, to actually to hear logic, compassion, you know, and it's unbelievable. There's this Ottawa bubble, and it's all about queue jumpers and fraud, people scamming the system. It's really difficult. I don't need to tell you why it's horrible not to be able to file the humanitarian compassionate grants. You heard that. You heard about the safe countries. Who decided to save countries? The minister. Who will pick the refugees board members for the appeal? The minister. Who is going to write the regulations? The minister. Why do we even need Parliament? Why do we even need an immigration committee? You know, at some point you wonder why. So, safe countries, the people from safe countries, it could be Mexico, it could be Ghana, no appeal, no PRA, because PRA now takes about a year. You know, by that year, you're gone. No humanitarian compassionate consideration. You've heard all of that. I'm here basically to report to you where things are at. The bill went through second reading, and that was last Thursday. Normally, it would need to come to the Immigration Committee after the Immigration Committee meets and agree for it to come. That didn't happen. Last Tuesday, sorry, today's only Thursday. It seems like a long time. 2 days ago, the minister shows up at the committee. I protested. I said, wait a second, the committee hasn't even agreed to study Bill C-11, Refugees Reform Bill. How could we possibly be studying this without the committee agreeing? I was ruled out of order, I was shouted down. Then we had a subcommittee, and basically at the end of the day, things are going to get fast-tracked. There will be some hearings started today. We had not heard anyone from here. I submitted names, whether it's AV, Francesco, all the people that are here. Anyone that I only was given a few hours to submit names. By the time we found out that there's hearings, I was frantically calling everybody and trying to get an email out. And I don't know how you manage. Some of you responded, and I put all the names in. The deadline was yesterday at 5 o'clock. It became public that there are hearings yesterday, so we were, from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, you're supposed to put all your names in. So it's not democratic at all, because there's hardly any time to mobilize, which is why it's so encouraging to see all of you out here. Being here and organized, and we should spend some time talking about what we do next, because there will be 3 days of hearings, and then there will be fast-track consideration by the committee. It will just go really fast, and the plan is to have the bill coming back to the House of Commons by June sometime, and then the House of Commons would give its report stage and third reading before the House of Commons adjourn for the summer, which is on June 23rd. So all of this is going to be done within a month or so. Unbelievable. It's complex rules. And then it'll go to the Senate, it'll get rubber stamped, and then back out. So we have basically about a month to organize, and we need to take that passion out to the public, because the minister, right after the bill was introduced, did a cross-country visit, and got a lot of the media on the service, fast, fair, and effective. I know, Michelle isn't putting it. Yeah, but that's the slogan. So quite a lot of the media editorial board gave it and say, oh, this is a great thing. And it's now people are starting to read into it, saying, my God, we're losing this, we're losing that, we're needing. So there's two classes of refugees. One class that are going to treat it differently, and then another class that would basically no rights. I thought everyone is supposed to be equal under law. Not here in Canada. So if you have any questions as to the process, basically that's what it is. New Democrats, from day one, we said there's something fundamentally wrong that is very unfair in this bill. And we will fight it, we will talk it out, we will try to pull it apart as much as possible. We will do amendments, we will throw all our speakers at it. Just the way we did the free trade with Colombia deal. I spoke on that free trade with Colombia bill over 5 times in the House of Commons because we don't want it to pass. So we'll try our best, but there's not a lot of time. Other parties basically want to get it over with, get it out of the way. So we need you to mobilize to get through to your members of parliament because, hey folks, we're supposed to have a minority government, okay? There's supposed to be some democratic rights. So if the 3 parties come together, we can defeat this bill. So Michelle and the team, please, let's look at ways on how we could work together because it's really frustrating up in Ottawa. I need your help, so mobilize. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I trust and hope that the organizations that have so ably presented here will have a summit meeting immediately to see what we could do to arouse the sleeping media from their hibernation. So how do you want to proceed? Do you have questions, or would you like to open it to the floor?
Let's open it up.
And remember, you can direct your questions also to our expert panelists, or to Olivia, or to any of the speakers who have presented tonight. Lois has just a word before you begin.
Like, I really think that what's at stake here is a threat to democracy and the democratic system. So Olivia, I'd like to ask you initially, what are your ideas for mobilization, knowing that the media is also corporately in captivity?
We are here in Toronto. In GTA, there's a large number of Liberals, including the leader of the Liberal Party of Canada. If the Liberals work with us or are on side, this bill is dead. It can be stripped of all sorts of things. Okay, we can rewrite it. We can do any number of things. But so far, the immigration critic of the other party said, well, even at UNHCR said okay to say country's concept. I said, no. You know, so I think one of the things we could do is to reach out to get to the members of parliament, because there's not a lot of time to mobilize large scale. Yes, we should have mobilizing in terms of mass organization also, but they need to go back to the MP and say, when you stand up in the House of Commons on the 3rd reading, you know, if the committee can strip away all these things, send the bill back, just calling it C-11, empty it out, then you know, we can start over.
How many people here live in a riding with a Liberal MP?
Oh, wow.
Every single one of you should phone that MP.
What shall we say?
You need to ask them, you can ask them to talk to their leader, Michael Ignatieff, to say that this bill is fundamentally unfair.